Welcome to Family Gamer TV. My family's been playing Pikmin 3, a game which I was very excited about for two reasons. A, I needed something to play on my Wii U, and B, I really loved the first Pikmin game. The original Pikmin game for the GameCube came out more than a decade ago, so this sequel on the Wii U gives younger players a chance to experience the world for the first time. And it's easy to see the appeal for kids. The Pikmin and even the characters themselves are small and cute and funny. Death is signified by a little ghost and not by blood, and the very way you play, throwing Pikmin around, is a lot of fun. Now, as per the name, this is the third in the series. For those who don't know what Pikmin is, basically you go to an alien planet, although there are suggestions that it might be ours kind of thousands of years in the future, after all the humans have died out. And you find these little creatures called Pikmin that are kind of a cross between a plant and an animal. So they grow in the ground and they have leaves on their heads that turn into flowers. But you pick them and then they're like a little animal. They run around. And it's a strategy game. So you use these Pikmin to help you do things like build stuff and carry stuff and, you know, destroy walls and barriers that are preventing you from getting to the next area. And defeat enemies as well. And this is where Pikmin is known for tugging at the heartstrings, because when your Pikmin don't manage to defeat the enemy and it kind of eats them instead, you get like giant bugs and giant birds and things like that. Then they die and let out a little shriek, and a little Pikmin ghost kind of floats out of the enemy and rises up into the air. Now, the Pikmin come in different colours, and different colours of Pikmin can do different things. In this game, there are a couple of new colours as well. So you've got the basic red, blue, and yellow that are in all three of the games. The red ones are resistant to fire, the blue ones are resistant to water, and the yellow ones are resistant to electricity. And then in this game, you've got two new ones that replace the two new ones that came in Pikmin 2. So we haven't got purple and white in this one, although they do appear in the extra kind of bonus modes. But you've got rock and flying. Now, aside from the new Pikmin, Pikmin 3 also has a new story. So in the first one, you played Captain Olimar, and he crash-landed on this planet, and you had to find the bits of his spaceship before his oxygen ran out. In Pikmin 2, you were Olimar again with his friend Louis, and you had to just find treasure to pay off a debt. And now in this one, you play new characters. You play three characters called Alf, Brittany, and Charlie, A, B, and C. So they have to use the Pikmin to carry these fruit back to their spaceship to take back to their own planet. The good thing about having these three characters is that they interact with each other and they've all got distinct personalities. Like it was introduced in Pikmin 2, you can multitask. And here you've got three people that you can switch between. So you can have Alf kind of taking one set of Pikmin off to go and kill an enemy or something, and then while he's busy doing that, you can switch to Brittany and she can take other Pikmin off to go and collect some fruit. And then you can switch to Charlie and he can get working on breaking down a wall or something. And you can keep switching between them to see what's going on. Now, what's really helpful for this is because this game is on the Wii U, you've got the gamepad, which helps you with this multitasking, because you can get each character to set off on a route that you've told them to, and they can keep walking while you're focused on another one. So at the beginning of a level, if you want to, you can get each character setting off in three different directions, and then return to them when they get to where you've told them to go, and get them working. Other cool things about the gamepad. When you get phone calls from the other members of the team, it comes up on the gamepad kind of like a Skype or a FaceTime, so you see the picture of the other character on the gamepad screen. You also get info about your Pikmin, so which ones are currently working, which are idle, which are, how many you've got in total, which is really handy because at the end of each day you have to gather your Pikmin up and make sure they're safe, otherwise the nighttime predators might come and get them. So that'll tell you how many of your Pikmin are still out in the world that you have to go and gather up. Another really cool thing about the gamepad is that it has a camera feature in it. So it turns into a camera, and you lift it up and kind of move it around, and you can look around the environment in a first-person view and take pictures of the other team members or the Pikmin or the enemies or just the environment. It even has if you tap the screen, kind of like if you're taking a picture with an iPhone, it'll focus in on a certain area, which is quite a nice touch. Obviously, the good thing about this is with the Miiverse, people are going to be taking lots of screenshots and sharing them with each other. So it'll be a really cool way to kind of show people what you've been up to, any funny moments or anything like that. And then finally, of course, you can play in TV off mode. So if someone else wants to use the TV for something, you can just play the whole game just on your gamepad. It makes it a little bit more difficult because you have to press a button to switch to the map instead of just looking down. But if someone else needs the TV and you can still carry on with your game, then that's a bonus. But there's also extra modes to kind of boost that longevity and give you a reason to keep coming back to it. And this is what my family liked the most because it gave us a way to play together. It seems to not make very much sense that you can't play the single player mode in co-op, given that there are 3 characters. But maybe that would have been a bit too easy. But in the multiplayer game, you can. So there's co-op modes and competitive modes. So in the co-op modes, you go and collect treasure together and you work together to send your Pikmin off in different directions and get as much treasure as you can. And there's battle modes as well, where you battle loads of enemies and work together again. And then there's competitive modes like Bingo Battle, where you each have a bingo card with items on it, and you have to go and get your Pikmin to collect those items to make a line. But there are different objects that do things like scramble the other person's bingo card, so they have to go and look for different items. And if you get one item that your opponent is looking for, then they can't get it anymore. And it's quite good fun. My brothers and sisters loved Pikmin 1 and 2, and they were really excited to play Pikmin 3. They weren't disappointed either. The game might look different with its HD graphics, but it has the same heart and humour. And it's also difficult enough to keep them interested, but not in a way that's too frustrating. The multiplayer modes are a bonus too, and will keep them busy for a long time. But the single player honestly is so great that you'll probably just want to start again from the beginning as soon as you've finished it anyway. Thanks for watching. I'll be back soon.